Max, Lily, Flick, and Wisp left the crystal chamber, stepping into the dimly lit forest of whispers. Tall trees surrounded them, their leaves whispering secrets. "Stay close," Max said, looking around cautiously. As they walked, soft voices floated through the air. Lily listened closely. "I hear something. This way." They followed the sounds deeper into the forest, their hearts pounding with excitement and fear. Suddenly, a shadow moved quickly between the trees. "Did you see that?" Flick squeaked, eyes wide. "Stay together, we can face it," Wisp shouted, gripping his staff tightly. A chilling howl echoed through the forest, freezing the group in their tracks. "What was that?" Lily gasped. Before anyone could respond, a dark shape lunged from the shadows, causing chaos. Max shouted, "Run!" In the panic, Flick and Wisp stumbled down a narrow path, and suddenly the ground gave way beneath them. They tumbled into a hidden cave, dust swirling around them. "We're trapped!" Flick cried out. Max and Lily skidded to a halt, heart racing. "Flick! Wisp!" The darkness loomed, and the howls grew louder. Time was running out. A deafening crash shook the cave as rocks tumbled, cutting off Flick and Wisp's escape route. "We need to find a way out," Flick panicked, his voice echoing. Suddenly, glowing eyes appeared in the shadows, watching them. Wisp gripped Flick's arm. "We're not alone." Back outside, Max and Lily pressed their backs against the cave, desperation swelling. "We can't leave them," Max insisted. Just then, the ground trembled, and a massive creature emerged, towering over them. "Run!" Lily shouted, but the creature lunged, blocking their path. With a roar, the creature charged, sending Max and Lily sprinting deeper into the woods. "We have to distract it," Max yelled, glancing back at its massive shadow. Meanwhile, Flick and Wisp backed against the cave wall, the glowing eyes inching closer. "We need to find a weapon," Flick whispered urgently. Suddenly, Wisp spotted a gleaming, jagged rock nearby. "Over there." Just as he reached for it, a chilling voice hissed, "You won't escape." Flick froze. An apparition materialized before them, blocking their only exit. Panic surged through Flick as the apparition advanced, its hollow gaze piercing. "What do you want from us?" he stammered. "Your souls," it rasped, darkness swirling around it. Meanwhile, Max grabbed a fallen branch, turning to face the oncoming beast. "I'll buy you time," he shouted, brandishing the makeshift weapon bravely. Lily hesitated. "You can't fight that." Just then, Flick seized the jagged rock and yelled, "We're not giving in." He hurled it at the apparition, but it merely laughed. "Foolish children," it sneered as the cave trembled once more. As the cave trembled, a deep, menacing voice echoed through the shadows.
"Enough of this foolishness."
From the darkness emerged Lucian, a tall figure cloaked in tattered black robes, his sunken eyes glimmering like coals. His presence sucked the warmth from the air, and a twisted grin revealed sharp teeth.
"Your struggles amuse me,"
he said, his voice dripping with malice.
"You think you can escape me, the Master of Shadows? My minions thrive on your fear."
The apparition bowed before him, merging with the dark energy swirling around Lucian, who prepared to unleash chaos. Flick's heart raced as Lucian's chilling laughter filled the cave.
"We won't let you win!"
he shouted, clenching the rock tighter.
"As if your bravery matters."
Lucian sneered, raising a hand. Shadows coalesced, forming nightmarish figures that lunged toward them. Max swung the branch, striking one aside, but more closed in.
"We need a plan!"
he gasped. Lily, eyes wide, recalled an ancient chant her grandmother whispered.
"The light can banish the dark."
The cave trembled with energy as Flick, Max, and Lily focused their thoughts, drawing on their fear and hope.
"Now, together!"
Lily shouted, her voice rising above the chaos. A warm glow began to form at their center, pushing back the shadows. Lucian faltered, his eyes narrowing in disbelief.
You think your bit of a light can extinguish me?
With a surge of power, the trio released their energy in a blinding flash. The shadows writhed and screamed, pulled back into the darkness. Lucian roared, but the light intensified, swallowing him whole.
Keep going!
Flick urged as the cave began to collapse, sealing their victory and the dark ahead. As the cave echoed with the crumbling rocks, Flick felt a pull, as if the very essence of the earth was urging them to escape.
Run!
He shouted, grabbing Lily's hand. Max led the way, the glow still illuminating their path. They ducked under falling debris, adrenaline driving them forward. Just ahead, a narrow fissure opened up, inviting them to safety. With one last burst of power, they pushed through, stumbling into the cool night air. Behind them, a deafening roar echoed, then fell silent. Breathless, they shared a glance, knowing they had faced darkness and emerged stronger together. Catching their breath under the starlit sky, Flick glanced at Max and Lily.
We did it! But how did you two find the courage to face Lucian?
Lily smiled softly, brushing dirt off her arm.
I've always felt this pull to fight darkness. It was either hide or stand tall.
Max nodded, his voice steady.
I lost my brother to shadows. I wasn't going to let that happen again.
Flick's heart ached.
I was just trying to escape my past. But now,
He paused, looking at them.
we're a team. Together, we can face anything.
They exchanged determined glances, friendship blossoming amid the remnants of fear. As they settled on the grass, the night wrapped around them like a comforting blanket.
It feels strange, doesn't it?
Flick said, breaking the silence.
We just fought for our lives, but I feel more alive than ever.
Yeah,
Lily replied, gazing at the stars.
it's like we've unlocked something within ourselves.
Max hesitated, then spoke up, his voice barely above a whisper.
What if this isn't our real battle?
Flick frowned.
What do you mean?
Max swallowed hard.
What if Lucian wasn't the only shadow we face? What if we're each hiding our own darkness?
The weight of his words hung in the air, stirring unease.